Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Big Game James, and I would like to welcome you to the Chop Shop. Alongside of me is my man, the musicologist A. Reed,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and we missing the Buff Nerd tonight. He said he's not feeling great. If he feel better, he might jump in. If not, me and Reed gonna do what we do and keep this thing rolling, man, and
Yes,
do
sir.
our thing. Hey, Reed, how you like that little change up, dog?
I love it, man. I was jamming over here, bro. That had me crunk. That had me
hey,
a little live right
hey,
there.
man, big shout
Good
out and
stuff.
big ups to YouTube's downloadable music, man. I appreciate y'all letting the brother download that and
We
putting it on
love
the
y'all,
intro,
man.
man. So,
Shout out.
man, feel like it's been a long time since last week, bro. But
Yeah, yeah.
you
Wow.
know,
It does for some strange reason.
I
It
know
does.
it's been
But
7 days, but it feel like 7 weeks, man. But a lot's been going on, a lot to talk about. But first and foremost, man, I think we got to touch on them Golden State Warriors
do,
winning
do, do.
a championship. Steph finally gets number 4, and so it raises the question: is Steph in that top 10 now?
I mean, if he's not, then that'd be. I don't see how he's not. I don't see how he's not now, big game. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I feel you.
But like I said in a previous show, man, one of the things that solidifies that, man, the boy is he's the all-time record holder in 3 pointers. And people don't understand that.
Facts.
He beat out Ray Allen, he beat out Reggie Miller, some of the best 3 pointers that we've ever seen, 3 point
Right,
shooters that we've ever seen.
right.
You realize that every 3 pointer that this boy shoots is now is it's a record. It's a record that has
It's
to be
just it's
beaten.
just adding on to it, huh? It's
It's
just
just adding on to it, and
climbing, huh?
I feel like nobody is gonna beat that, bro. Like that's
Ooh.
solidified. I don't see nobody beating that, brother.
So Reed, you think, man, you just made me think when you said that, dog. So you
If this
think that
man plays another like six some odd years, bro, that's an unbreakable record, bro.
so
Think about that, man.
you don't think that record will be broken in our lifetime?
That means somebody would literally have to shoot threes like every shot that they shoot is a 3 pointer.
And not just shoot,
Like
they gotta make them.
make them, and they have to do that in like 20 years or something like that. Like 20 years in the league. I don't see that happening, man. I don't see it happening.
Well, man,
I just
I will say this. Um, and your man Stephen A. Smith, and it's so funny. He's basking in his glory of predicting the Warriors at the beginning of the year. I will say this:
can't
coming off
stand
the
him.
injuries that Clay came off of, um, James Wiseman being hurt, not knowing what they were going to look like coming into the season, dude. I honestly did not think that Golden State was going to be able to roll the way they did. I mean, that's just me being honest. Now, I knew they would be a playoff team, but I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think I drank the Western Conference Kool-Aid and thought that the Phoenix Suns were gonna be that squad.
Well, we kind of expected that from the last year because they made it all the way to the championship, but they still lost. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? And you
right.
know they brought all those pieces back, but it was something about that Phoenix Sun squad this year. They just wasn't. It just wasn't up to par. Everything just wasn't up to par. And then I think I think they was kind of full of themselves this year. I think that
Yeah,
was
you think they came in just like my ish don't stink. We
yeah,
got this,
yeah,
and they ran
yeah,
into a buzzsaw. Them Dallas Mavericks, man.
yeah. I think they highly, definitely. And I ain't just saying it because Dallas is my squad. I think they
No, you
really
do. You state
um
your opinion,
kind
man.
of
I mean, a very observant opinion, man, and I
yeah.
appreciate that, and I understand that, and I see that.
Yeah, I think they
But
just underestimated what Dallas was going to bring. They thought Dallas might have been just a fold over team, man, and that
yeah,
wasn't even the case.
I think
You
you're
know,
right, brother.
yeah,
Um,
so
but
you
we're
know,
talking about Steph shooting the ball. So now Golden State, let me if I'm wrong, please help me get this right. So they went to four of the last 8 championships. I mean, West East NBA Finals, and they won four. They won four, whatever it was. They played in 8 championships, I think it is, and then they get their fourth in 8 years or something crazy like that. Only losing to one. They lost to Toronto and they lost to Cleveland in 1 year. And we know the only reason they lose to Toronto is because Clay and KD gets hurt.
yeah, yeah,
So does
yeah.
that
We might
catapult,
looking at five right there.
right,
Five.
at least 5 minimum? Does that catapult the Golden State Warriors to another level of greatness, like and use that word dynasty?
Yeah, yeah. To me, in my opinion, they're a dynasty team.
Okay.
I
And
believe. I believe that. I
and I
believe
think the word dynasty is so hard nowadays because of free agency, guys going to team up with other people to play, make super teams, and you don't see a lot of teams stick together for a long time. It seems like, but for them to be able to do it with Clay and Draymond and Steph and even Iguodala being there from the first championship, the glue to having what they've done this year, man. I say big ups to Golden State Warriors for etching their place in the history books, man.
what makes a great dynasty team is how it's built, um, how
Okay,
they, how it's put together, and how they keep the continuity going. You hadn't really even if some pieces have left the team, they still kept the core, which is
gotcha.
Steph, which is Clay, which is Draymond, you know. And you can, like you just said, Iguodala, and they've added pieces, younger pieces, you know what I'm saying, uh, to just fill in those roles.
Yeah,
Whether you want to put KD in there or not, because KD did help them get two of those championships.
KD deserves credit for that
He
championship.
does.
Like
He does.
somebody said, and we're gonna get into that in a minute because we gotta. I got that down as a topic I want to talk about anyway. So I'll save that one. But they did their thing. They played outstanding basketball. They overcame odds, I said, because of the injuries. Steph with the broken hand, Clay with the ACL and the
Hmm.
Achilles. Um, what was that? 2 years ago, the bubble year, man. What they only won like 16 games or 20
Yeah.
games, some
Yeah.
real ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
it looked like the Golden State Warriors were never gonna get back to that dominant level again, and they got back to the championship and won. Now, even that being said, do you think Jason Tatum's being judged too harshly for Boston falling short?
Well, see, that's what's gonna happen when you're considered the face of a franchise. When
Right,
you have that franchise on your back, supposedly, and they want you to carry the tough load and try to take them over the hump. We're not saying that Jason Tatum is not a bad player. Jason Tatum has actually proved to be actually an up and coming superstar. He definitely will be a superstar in this league.
right.
But we do have to still understand that he is young. This is his first, major playoff run and getting to the finals. So it's a lot to learn. What I saw in this finals is a team that was young coming into there, with high hopes with the Boston Celtics against a veteran squad who has been there before and they know
Right,
how to play the game. They
right.
know how to win. They know what to do in these situations because they've been there before. And you just saw, um, it's like you just saw varsity against JV, man. That's all you did. You saw varsity
Wow.
against JV.
Damn.
So I
Yeah.
mean,
I think
no discredit to Boston, man. No
right,
discredit at all, because
right.
I think they have a amazing core of guys over there. And they can still be a threat. They'll still be a threat in the East, but
If
they
I'm
have to
Boston
take them lumps.
fans, I'm right there with you, Reed. Because I think if I'm a Boston Celtics fan, I'm excited to see what my team can do, especially if we go out and we acquire a point guard. When you think about
Hmm.
that, you had your best players having to dominate the ball a little bit too much, and they need somebody that could help facilitate, let them run off of screens without the ball in their hands, get open, and then catch and shoot or catch and drive and catch and penetrate
Hmm.
and do the different
Hmm.
things that I think that they're very skilled at to do. And Jason Tatum, I said this on last week's show, and I say it again. I don't care who you are at what level. When you got to play that many minutes in the game, at some point in time, your body's gonna hit a wall, bro. It's just gonna hit
Facts.
a wall.
Facts.
It's hard to do, and yeah, I heard somebody like Kendrick Perkins say, "Well, that's what you work out for. That's what you train for. You train to be in these moments." But hell, you can go run and train all you want, but it's not the same as that game shape. And essentially, man, the postseason can end up being like another small mini season, depending on how each round goes for you. So
Well,
I
first
don't
and
know, man.
foremost, Kendrick Perkins ain't never played 40 minutes in a game.
Ever,
Ain't too much
ever.
that he can ain't too much that he can actually say. Yeah, these guys train for it, but that don't mean they can't hit a brick wall. I mean, hell, we saw uh, Jimmy Butler putting his ass out on the line, and you saw
Right,
how tired he was after that
right.
one game. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, it really doesn't matter who you are. You can train as much as you can, but when you're constantly playing 35, 38 minutes a game, a
Yeah, that's
game,
asking a lot, bro. That's
you
asking a
you
whole
asking them a
lot.
lot. You asking them to run offense, to shoot the ball, to play the defense, and this, and that, and the third. Still got to wake up the next day and get a little practice in. Then got to go to another game,
Yeah,
you know, and play them same more minutes again, man. Come on, dude.
yeah,
So it's just growing pains. It's just growing pains for the Boston Celtics.
yeah,
Again, Jason Tatum will be back, man. He's a good dude.
yeah.
Good dude.
Tatum, Brown, like I said, man, Jay Stogs now on Big Game Sports Buzz is ready to write them off and say split them, that it was over, during that early part of the NBA
Mm.
season where they played bad and they turned that thing around and made me go, oh, okay, they figured it out. Um, but nevertheless, man, we mentioned Kevin Durant a little earlier, right? We mentioned KD needing to get some credit for the two championships that he won in Golden State. Um, he's been catching a little bit of flack lately from people, and he's getting into his feelings a little bit. So, hey Reed, did you see the hear the quote that Charles Barkley made about
Him being a bus driver, not being a bus driver.
yeah, about not being the bus driver, and he's got to lead a team. He wasn't a bus driver and go to say. Did you see what Charles Barkley said?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah.
What's your feelings on what Big Chuck said, man?
Uh, what more does KD have to do to prove to everybody? Like, I think, cause see, the thing about it is, and this is, you have to look at it from both angles.
Uh-huh.
As the fan, people are getting pissed off because he left what he had in OKC to go to Golden State, who was already a good squad, and that's how he
Right.
won his championships in Golden State. But then again, you got to look at KD's situation. KD could
Uh-huh.
have easily went somewhere else. You know, aside from Golden State, and he wouldn't have no championship, and y'all would be talking about him even worse
True.
because he ain't
Very
led the team
true.
to the ship. So
Right.
just because he goes over to it, and really think about it, Big Game, put yourself in that position, man. You're one of the best players in the league. Here comes your free agency, and the championship winning team says, "Hey, we want you to come over to the squad." Like, you
Hey,
gonna really say no?
we're gonna make this work, and you can go play with two of the greatest shooters to ever set
You really
foot
gonna
on
say
the
no?
court.
Like they figure out the money situation and everything for you to come on there, and
Right.
like, you really gonna say no? I don't blame KD one bit, man. I don't know what else he has to do to prove um, how good of a player he is, because he's one of the best players I've seen in the league.
Right.
Just his size, what he's able to do with the ball, his shooting. Man, the boy is awesome, man. So I'm one of the people that support KD. Does he be in his feelings sometimes? Yeah, I give him that. But at the same time, I think Charles just has to find somebody to pick on, man. I mean, I love Charles too. I love Charles for what he did for the game. But again, you're talking about a guy who, I mean, hell, he couldn't get over the hump against Jordan. He couldn't get over the hump against a lot of guys.
Yeah.
He's another one of those 50 greatest guys, man, who never won a
With
ship.
no chip, with no ring on his
You
finger. I
know,
feel you on that.
you know. So I
Um,
mean, ain't no real sense for him to be sour like that. And I don't know why people want Durant to. Uh, I don't know why they putting so much pressure on him that he has to see. Katie doesn't. I don't think Katie has to necessarily do what Kobe did. You know, Kobe won with Shaq. Shaq left, and Kobe
Kobe was
still.
one of a kind too.
But
That's what
that's
I
the
think a
thing.
lot of
Kobe was
people don't
one of a
realize,
kind,
man.
dude. Kobe was one of a kind.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
totally
saying?
agree with you on that, man.
So I
Totally.
don't, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know why people, but where else could KD go? I mean, the hell, he tried to do it over there in Brooklyn, and you see what happened. So,
Well, this is the thing that gets me though, man. And Kevin Durant is regarded as one of the best players in the NBA right now. And when I say one of the best, I'm like top three right now. There's not a lot better than him, especially if he's healthy and can stay healthy.
easily,
Um,
easily.
he decided to leave a great situation, I think, championship wise in Golden State to try to go make a point that he could go get it done with someone else. And he decided to pick Kyrie Irving. And to me, that's where he messed up. You left a team, you left a good squad where till you came in, Steph, yeah, Draymond says this is Steph's team. It's always been Steph's team. It was Steph's team, but Steph knew how to run it through KD to be
Mhm.
successful. Steph is a smart basketball player. No one, I don't think anybody is questioning KD's ability and what he can and can't do. But I think the way he left, he put a target on his back for people to talk about it. Now, whether it be right or wrong, I just feel like that's what it is. Like, if he wouldn't have left and went to Brooklyn and decided to pick, essentially, I'm going to pick Kyrie over Steph, and I'm gonna do it here too. And it's backfiring on you because you pick somebody that's selfish, in a sense, that has already said that he has other things that he worries about besides basketball, and didn't really show that he wanted to be a team player when it came down to the rules in New York with COVID and everything else to play this year. So now you give everybody green light to take
Everybody
shots
hates
at
Kyrie, dude. Oh,
man.
everybody
Well, I
hates
think he
Kyrie,
made it
dude.
easy for people
Damn.
to hate him, though, dog. You know what I'm saying,
Uh,
Reed? Like, Kyrie has just made it easy for everyone to hate him. So, getting back, before we even get on Kyrie, because that's a whole nother topic on this list, too. Charles Barkley comes out and makes a statement about Kevin Durant has got to get behind the wheel and be the bus driver for old heads to give him credit of
but what
whatever team.
old heads are saying this? Because the only one that's been saying that is Barkley.
That's what I want to know too.
What
I want
other
to know
old
who
heads are
I want to know
saying
who
this?
else has spoke. But my whole thing is, did you see the tweet that Kevin Durant put out in response to Charles Barkley though?
But he said something like to the degree of like Charles
Um,
is mad because we making more money.
yeah, I'm gonna pull up and put it on screen while we talk. But my whole thing is, you Kevin Durant, why you let something that old Charles Barkley say get under you? And we noticed before, you noticed this about KD. Um, he'll respond to Joe the mailman if it's bashing him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't let things go easily on social media. And my thing is he letting this get the best of him because he's got two championships. He
Yeah.
doesn't need Charles Barkley to validate him as a basketball player. He knows that he's a great basketball player. So why even get into this pissing contest with Charles Barkley?
I mean, he feels like he has a need to defend himself. So personally, I feel like KD fell into that. Uh, he fell in that rhetoric with just like LeBron did, just like LeBron did. Look at all the flack that LeBron had. This is
Uh
that and the
huh.
third. He teams up in Miami. You know, with D Wade and Bosh and all that other stuff. All those other guys, and he gets his championships there, and then he feels like he has to go back to Cleveland to prove a point. He has to win it to prove a point, and I have to lead the squad to prove a point. You know, and case in point, LeBron did do it. KD is probably still working on that. But again, I don't feel like KD has anything that he has to prove. I think there's nothing that he has to prove at this point. You got two championships, two MVPs. What else do I need to prove? You know,
Right.
y'all are really dissing me because I went to a good team. Y'all are mad at me because I went to a good team.
Yeah.
But realize we still had to play 82 games. We still had to, you know, win 16 more games in the playoffs and stuff like that. So we had they had their issues and then they need to deal with. But y'all are mad because I decided to Golden State. If it was anybody else, y'all wouldn't be saying this stuff. But at the same time, y'all be coming at KD saying KD ain't great, KD ain't this, that, and the third because he ain't led a team. Y'all want KD to lead a team so bad, and maybe KD don't even give a damn about that anymore. He got his, man. Maybe the dude
True.
just want to
Very
hoop,
true,
dog.
man.
He just
Very
want to go
true.
somewhere and just hoop. You know.
But does it look like? I mean, I'm just looking at this, and Reed. I know I'm a little bit more old school. I think when it comes down to how this media works, you know what I'm saying? Like they like that. I've been hearing people say old media, new media. It's the same media. It's just the way that players respond to it, and it comes out a lot faster. You used to have national writers back in the day, and you had your local beat writers. And national writers would write their stories, but by the time they got them published, it might be a couple days later. And before you could respond to it, you normally respond at a local level until you get to maybe a major televised game, and
Right.
then that national reporter is there again. Um, I think the
Well,
news
they
just gets out faster now because
yeah
of
they
social media and everything else.
with the old media, you didn't have the option to respond so quickly, like you were saying. You didn't have the option. You know, they would sit there and write that story, and then you probably may not hear about that story or that quote or anything till probably by the end of your next game, or you know what I'm
Right,
saying, so to
right,
speak, or when they came in there, during practice and had an interview with you or something like that. That's when
right,
somebody would bring up, well, such and such quoted this, that, and the third. Then you have to
right.
sit there and respond. You know, now these writers are just putting it out there, and it's their job. And they sit there and they put it out there on social media as quickly as they do. But these guys have social media accounts and they can respond
And
just
not
like that.
just that. I think, and real talk, and JJ Redick made a point today. He said, he played at Duke, then played in the NBA, and he said he was talked about so bad to where he knew after a game he needed to give himself some time before he even got on his social media
Mm.
because he didn't want to get on there mad. Even if he knew he had a bad game, then the first thing you do is go check your social media and want to respond to a guy that's talking about how horrible you played.
Because
Yet
you gotta
we all
understand, they throwing these tweets out, or they posting this stuff out. Like, why are you in the middle of the game, brother?
right,
Why you over
right.
there trying to concentrate? They talking about everything that you're doing on the court. Why you in the middle of the game? So by the time you have a bad game, by the time you sit down and get back in that locker room, you seeing thousands,
Right,
thousands,
right.
with you tagged in it. Man, you suck, man. You did this, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I understand it, bro.
Yeah,
I
and
understand it. Because people don't give a damn. People
no,
just
you
don't give a
gotta.
damn.
And as an athlete, I really think, and I mean, honestly, I think, thank God that social media wasn't like this when I played. And then Reed, I really had to learn that even doing this, even podcasting, get on here talking and speaking my mind. One of the very first shows I did, I had somebody just come up and it's just hate, right? And I was mad, but then again, at the same time, I was like, some people's joy in life is to see if they can get a reaction out of you. So I'm
Facts.
like, why am I gonna get mad and have my blood pressure go up responding to someone I know nothing about and someone I've never met or don't and will never meet because they have an opinion of how I get up and betray myself on YouTube doing sports podcast.
Facts.
You know what
Facts.
I'm saying? So I had to
Right.
learn that because like I used and not just this, but I used to always give a damn what people thought and said. And
Me
now
too.
I'm to a point now where I was like, as long as you ain't affecting my house, you ain't messing with my money, my wife, my kids, you can have any opinion you want because I know there's always gonna be somebody out there that hates me, say something bad about me, and go try to talk about me behind my back.
Real talk.
And guess what? I can't control it. I'm not gonna go try to control it, dog. I can only control what I do and how I come off to people, right? So I love when JJ Redick said that today, saying that, hey, I almost want to tell, all players, young players, because I know y'all big on y'all, keeping your blue check mark and getting your responses in and being up and trending. Hey man, when it's game time or anything else, let it go. When the
Real
game's
talk.
over, go do something else for a minute. Social media ain't gotta be the first thing you do when you done playing because it's people out there trolling to try to get on your neck about the kind of game you had, good or bad. They
Yeah.
out there trying to
Yeah.
get on you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would probably literally maybe. I mean, I'd be curious to see what people were saying, but at the same time, man, I would probably have to. I'd probably have to damn near delete the app or something. Probably like seriously, like just have to delete the app like during the season or something like that. Like you don't see no responses from me because I don't want to see what the hell y'all saying. because they're
Right.
just agitating. But at the same time, you got guys that want to see it and they can use it as motivation for
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
So, you may want to keep it just, so they talking about, man, watch me go out here and
Right.
bust 40 on their ass this next game
Because
or something
part of that is what got Calvin Ridley. He said he couldn't get off of social media, but then what people were saying about him was giving him anxiety. So
like
to
that.
me, that means you should have shut your accounts down, fool, and not looked at it no more if it was giving you anxiety to you couldn't go perform at your job because
Because
now you worried about what people are gonna say about you. And
people
it's
are
real.
harsh, man.
I mean,
People are
I
harsh.
understand that shit go down is real and everybody handle different things different ways, but nobody's making you pick up and going in to see what they tweeting or what they dropping on IG or anything else, right? Or I don't even know if they troll on TikTok. I don't even know how it works. They probably trolling on that too, though. But I'm just don't go to the app, man. If you know it's gonna
If
be
there's
something
a
that's gonna
will,
bother
there's a
you,
way.
right? When there's a will, there is a way. You have never
For
lied,
real.
man.
For
So
real.
so we've been on basketball a lot, but I still got to talk about this one because it's been popping up everywhere. Ja Morant and Draymond Green going back and forth having a war of words, man. And it all started when Clay said Jaren Jackson Jr. was trash because of a post he, speaking of social media, a post he made way back early in the season when they beat the Warriors, and it stuck in Clay's head. He never forgot about it. So
Clay
when it,
called him a bum.
yeah. Now, and I don't think Clay meant it, but it came out. He said freaking bum. Hey, he said it.
Just a freaking bum.
But that's one of the best defensive players in the league this year. Jaren Jackson can play. I think Ja feels a certain way because Memphis was right there in that series up until he got hurt. Don't know what would have happened, but I think Memphis had Golden State a little nervous, more than that they'll ever admit. They won't admit it. They won't say it. Draymond will never admit to, man, we the Warriors. We're not worried about them, and calling them youngster and all of this other stuff. And where's my phone to read this quote and this tweet? Matter of fact, it was basically about Christmas Day. And Draymond came out and said, hey, youngster, the champs get to play at home on Christmas Day. And John Morant said, well, tell them to book it. We ready to come get y'all. So what you think of this whole situation, man?
I mean, I competitive spirit. I like it. I think Memphis was there, man. Memphis was giving them boys some fits. They was definitely giving them some fit. I think ultimately,
They're one piece away, I think, from really being top 3 contender in the West, man.
yeah, ultimately, I think that Golden State would have ended up beating them. But then
Yeah.
again, you got to look at Memphis did win that series. They probably would have ended up playing Dallas. Could they be Dallas?
Right.
I mean, Memphis is Ja is he's a different animal. He's a different animal. They got some pieces over there. And not putting anything down on Memphis, man. But again, it's like varsity against JV, bro. Varsity against JV.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you gotta kind of
At the
know
end
your
of the day,
role.
you're right,
At the
man.
end of the day, you gotta kind of know your role. So I'm not putting nothing down on Memphis, man, because they a scary squad. They can be a definitely damn sure
Yeah.
scary squad coming up, man. But I mean, shit, let's see it, man. Let's see. I like the banner back and forth. I do like it.
But
I
do
like
you
the
get
defensive
sick of
spirit.
hearing Draymond Green talk sometime?
Personally, I've had moments, but not really,
I
man.
got you.
Not really. You
Like to
know,
me, Draymond didn't have a good enough finals to just be talking cash money boo boo. But at the same time, he contributed to that team. He does what he did
you
during the
talking,
season to
but
help
you
get him
talking about
there.
a guy. You talking about a guy that plays amazing defense, that gets rebounds. He's like Everybody needs that one guy on the team that's just a dog. That
Yeah,
doesn't
I
give a
got you.
damn.
I feel
You
you. I
know what
can't
I'm
argue that.
saying? And he just
Yeah,
don't give a damn. He kind of brings even though they kind of a glitz and glamour kind of squad with all these threes, he's like the guy that brings in
he got
that
that grit.
roughneck.
Yeah,
He got the grit and the
he got that
roughneck,
grit. Okay, I
and
give you
you
that.
respect that. You respect that.
But
You know what I'm saying? So
the one thing I didn't like during the Memphis and the Golden State series is Ja's hurt. Somebody on his team does something defensively, and then he mocks Steph when he the count thing that Steph does, and
mhm.
he's over there mocking him in street clothes. Now, yeah, Ja, you good, you the man. This league's probably gonna be yours one day, right? But you clowning in street clothes mocking somebody. I don't know. I took that like I don't know. I took that the wrong way for some reason, man. And somebody from Golden State posted a picture with the trophy, and Ja Morant is gonna reply, "Hey, you got to earn them stripes first, youngster." So like because this man on the team with the trophy, you gonna take time out your day to hate on him because he's not one of the most well-known players who contributes a whole lot with the Warriors. But he, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, dog. Now you
See,
being petty, Ja.
that goes back to like that the conversation that we've had, like where some guys on the team don't deserve rings,
Right.
but yet they still on the team, so they still gonna end up getting a ring. And then it always makes me go back uh what's her name, man? The girl that she coached South Carolina this past
Oh,
year.
Don Staley.
Don Staley, and how Don Staley came out there and said, "Yo, even though that these girls on the bench didn't get that much playing time, they contributed to us and helped us prepare."
Yeah.
So at the same time, even though these guys may not have been on the court, you know, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, maybe they didn't even get that much playing time, they still showed up,
Right.
during practice and helped them contribute to get to that spot. So before he can even talk about a guy earning these stripes, bro, you gotta earn your stripes too.
Yeah.
Like you
Cause
still
you ain't
got
won
like
nothing yet.
game one night. I mean, you
Just
got to the
just
playoffs,
run
bro. But
around
you
with your
got,
daddy looking
you
like
know,
Usher.
I mean, you got, get to the Western Conference Finals, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Win that or something. You know what I'm saying? Get
Because somebody
something
like
under your
Kaminga, man,
belt.
Kaminga, he might pose with a trophy. He ain't got his stripes yet, but he gonna be a damn star in this league.
He got a
He's got that
ring.
kind of talent. He got that talent, and he got that ring to go with
He got
that
a
talent.
ring.
Now he gonna be there. So
And he been on the
you know,
court. He done
it's
played
just the
some.
little things that's going on, Reed, that make me go, come on, man. Now,
I hear you, bro. I hear you. I hear you.
so hey, man, your man
Spirit of
Kyrie.
competition.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what though? You're right. The friendly banter back and forth, and you building that anticipation up for when y'all meet and when y'all see each other. I feel you on that. I like that too. I like you need that. You need that. That's like that Warren Sapp and Brett Favre camaraderie used to. They
Mm,
used to talk smack and go at it, but they was they had respect for each other.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't like when they get to the point of shit talking and you trying to demean and badger somebody. Batter. You just talking bad about somebody. Keep it competitive. Keep it going. But at the end of the day, be able to dap up and peace out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, all I would do is just retweet it, and I just be doing this with 4 rings. I just retweet them doing this with 4 rings.
uh
He said, "Come
hey, Steph kept
get you
hitting him
one
with that.
first."
He kept hitting him with that
Yeah,
night
yeah, hit
too,
it with
boy.
it. I tell him, get you one first,
Right. You right.
and just close out the
Oh, you don't like
conversation.
what I'm doing? Go get
Get
you
you
one of
one
these.
first.
Go get you one of these.
Get
Matter
you
of
one.
fact, I got four. I got four of them. Go get you one.
Get you one.
So I feel you on that, man.
Yeah, yeah. I cut that out real quick.
So, hey man, so you man Kyrie Irving
Yeah.
been in the news last couple of days because the Brooklyn Nets came out and made a statement saying that they're at an impasse with Kyrie Irving and don't know what's gonna happen with him. Um, he can get a long extension right now. If you the Brooklyn Nets, do you give Kyrie Irving an extension, or do you think Kyrie Irving's gonna opt not to take it and see what else is out there?
I think it highly depends on what Durant decides to do.
Well, remember, KD signed an extension. I think he signed a 2-year extension last year, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. So he 2 more years in.
So I'm talking to Kyrie and seeing where his mind is at. Do you want to stay in Brooklyn or not? Because I mean, look, say what you want. Say what you want about the guy's character. Say what you want about the decision that he's made, everything like that. But you're dumb to think that Kyrie can't play basketball.
Oh man, no. It has nothing to do with the
Because
basketball.
Kyrie can hoop his ass off.
Kyrie is a baller. I don't think
He
no one
can
will
hoop.
question his skill set and his ability. It's
So,
his mindset and his attitude towards the game and the teams he plays. Um,
well, then, it's the same thing to me as like Philly with James Harden.
they not. I don't think they extend James. But go ahead and give your
Well,
point, man. So we can talk about it.
because to me, it's like with both of them, you got guys that can play, that can definitely play the game, but you don't know what you're gonna get.
But Kyrie's on another level than James right now. James is taking a step
Yeah,
back to me.
which he is.
Right.
But both of them, you don't know exactly what you're gonna get. I mean,
Gotcha.
hell, I don't know if I'm gonna get fat James Harden, if I'm gonna get lean James Harden. I don't know if he's gonna be, shooting up threes every time he gets the ball. I don't.
Right.
James, he be shaking. And the same thing with Kyrie. I don't know if he's gonna show up to come play. I don't know if he's gonna, I think you gotta ask Kyrie. See, and I would hate to say it in this kind of analogy, but you seen The Last Dance?
Yeah.
Okay. You notice how Phil was able to talk to Dennis Rodman and get in his lane. Just like,
Yeah.
okay, talk to me, Dennis. How do you necessarily work? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was able to let Dennis kind of do his thing, but he knew once Dennis came back, it was all go.
Right.
It might have to kind of be the same thing with Kyrie. And I'm not saying that Kyrie's going to take days off, but you got to sit there and
Now,
talk. Kyrie.
you see Steve Nash as being that guy? Can Steve Nash
No.
be that Phil Jackson to Kyrie that
No.
you know what I'm saying? That Phil Jackson was to
No. I don't even know how Steve Nash got that job.
Well,
Because I don't think.
hey, now this is what I heard. I heard KD and Kyrie wanted him. A lot of great candidates got passed over, but now I heard Kyrie's not a fan of Steve Nash's. So it's like, how you beg to get somebody in that now you don't even want to be the coach no more, dog? Like, how do you do that?
Mm.
How and why is that done like that?
But why would you want an unproven guy like that?
I can't even sit here and speculate why that would be the coach that they wanted.
It's plenty of other guys that you can bring into Brooklyn
That have a track record of at least having some
track
success.
record of success, like you just said.
How do you not give? I don't know, man. That's all. How did Mark Jackson not get a chance at that job?
Mark Jackson has been blacklisted. I believe it.
Hey, they got him saying or doing something. You ain't never lied. Him and Eric Bieniemy in the same boat, dog. They've been blackballed. They can't get a gig for some reason at all. And Mark Jackson showed that he could coach and get it done for a while. I don't know what is going on right now, bro.
I don't know. And then I always personally say this: Golden State need to ship him a ring low key.
Now with the first one, yeah. This last one, nope.
At least, he should at least have one ring.
He should have got one ring off that first one. He helped orchestrate that whole thing with that squad, man. And you know what? That's what I like about Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr acknowledged that early on, but them guys having been taught a great way by Mark Jackson, it made it easier for him to come in and implement what he wanted to do because of what Mark Jackson established there and a culture, which is cool, and that's big ups to him to be able to say that and give him his props. But it's a bad situation in Brooklyn to me because what if Kyrie decides that he wants to try to go out and reunite with LeBron and go to LA, or what if they try to package something to send him to LA to play with the Clippers for Paul George and put him and Kawhi Leonard together? There's other places he can go that will still give them a chance to win because outside of KD, there's nothing with him in Brooklyn, and they took Dinwiddie away.
He could stay in Brooklyn, but Brooklyn besides KD has nothing else, in my opinion. He can go to LA. He can go to the Lakers.
So that the Lakers not a better team with a healthy
aside from him and LeBron
and a healthy AD.
Nobody else.
A healthy AD.
Street clothes.
Yeah,
always disabled. No,
always disabled. God damn, yeah. I love it.
Shannon Sharp, shout out. But for real, like, hey, come on, man.
I feel you. I ain't mad.
And knowing that the Lakers want to keep Westbrook, possibly want to keep Westbrook.
Hey, do you get that move, man? Do you get them?
What are you gonna do though?
Because you can't. You're not just gonna eat that money, and no one's gonna trade for that cap hit, huh?
I think Westbrook was just a victim of too many people being He paid too much attention to social media.
I could buy that. I could buy that a
I
little
think he
bit.
paid way too much attention to everybody's talk and this and that and third in social media. And then again, I don't think Westbrook was just ready for that big of a stage. You look where he's been. Look at the teams that he's been on. They've kind of been mid-market, lower level.
Yeah,
OKC, I think Houston. I think he went to Washington, for a little bit, and then he goes up to the Showtime Lakers. You see what I'm saying? Where
yeah,
everything is like micro manageable, like watched for everything. So with all of that, man, and then to me it seemed like he was just really just trying to prove himself so much. He was really just trying to do too much to prove himself so much in the eyes of LeBron and in the eyes of all the Lakers fans and everybody like that he just overdid
yeah.
what he was supposed to do, then rather just let the game just naturally come to him. And this is what you saw. You saw him just mess up. He had a bad season. Um, Westbrook is still a nasty. He's still a damn good talent.
See, I'm interested to see. I feel you, Reed. I'm interested to see him play again under different circumstances. I want to see him play a second year in LA without all the thinking going on,
Yeah. He
and
was
see if he
thinking
can
every game.
and
He was
see if he
thinking
can
too
get
much
back
every
to
game.
the old Russ because he made some mistakes that I had never seen him make before and played a way that I didn't even think he was capable of. I mean, he had so many turnovers and played bad so many different times. I was like, "Yo, this Russ, what's for real?
Facts.
Like something ain't right, man."
Facts. 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 Oh, oh. I don't think they're gonna get rid of him, man. Money's tied up. This is that and third, especially if you can't find another team that wants him.
But yeah, because they
You
only
know.
like what 37 million, I think.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't just
You
boy.
can't just
You
you just
can't just
can't up
take 37 off the books. I mean, if you cut him, that's so much dead cap that's still kind of against you, and you don't have a talented player on your roster no more.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. And I mean you LeBron had to have another healthy superstar on the court because AD couldn't fucking
True.
stay healthy.
Yeah.
So he had to have somebody on that court to help him out. It just so happened to be Russ, and Russ was having a bad year. So, it's gonna be interesting to see that.
Now, Reed,
Definitely gonna be
this
interesting
is
to see.
why I knew I saw this earlier. I wanted to, your Dallas Mavericks is named as one of the teams that should pursue Kyrie Irving. Would you? Could you see him? Now, Dallas. His name didn't come up to me, but there's another person that I think that Dallas should try to get, and that's Bradley Beal.
Now I've heard that.
Yeah, but
I've heard
today
that.
I was like, I looked down on my phone because I was like, man, I gotta find. I said, was it Dallas or not? I said, I don't want to speak on this to Reed until I look it up. And it was like it was the Clippers, the Lakers, Dallas, or the Pelicans.
For who? Bradley?
No. Saying that's the teams
For
Kyrie Irving should
Kyrie?
try to. Yeah, and I was laughing, but the Bradley Beal thing, the way he plays, and what Luka could do, that would be. They said that what I heard today was that they should try to do a sign and trade with Brunson since since his stock is hot and rising, get another team involved, sign him for a max that other team's gonna take him for, and then trade Beal and you know what I'm saying between Dallas, Washington, and whoever else the third team they can get into to help with some of that money. It made sense when I heard it, and I was like, maybe it may have been Tim Legler talking about it today, but I was like, that would be a great pick for the Dallas Mavericks. And I would love to see that happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love. But yeah, him, I don't see Kyrie and Luka. I don't see that one working out. That's
I
not
don't
what I
know.
see Dallas
I
doing.
don't know. I
For
don't know.
Kyrie anyway. For Bradley Beal, yeah. Kyrie, I don't know. Beal gonna play. Beal gonna be here. He gonna go to work. He gonna play for you. Hurt or not, he tries to get it done. You just don't know what you get with Kyrie Irving, man.
Well, from what I'm hearing, Dallas wants to keep Brunson. From what
Okay.
I'm hearing, they want to keep Brunson.
Yeah, but if you got a chance to package him and get Bradley Beal,
Shit.
you got to do that, dog.
It.
That gotta happen.
Yeah. At the same time, I'm looking at other guys that I could package up too. I mean, there's some guys over there on that damn bench, man. I could package them up, and I'll probably try to see if I can give you some cash considerations
There you
to
go.
go along with it to help out, man. I'm one of them guys, and I love Dallas Mavericks, man. But look, we can get rid of Bullock, we can get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr. Even though he just signed that deal, we can get rid of him. We can get rid of
Right.
Maxey. We can do that, man, and make some space for some good athletic guys that's gonna come out there and ball, and guys that that's gonna be consistent. You know,
Right.
they made that trade. Look, they made that trade for Christian Wood. And people talking like they don't know. Christian Wood was a starter. Was a starter in Houston. This
That's a good
guy,
pickup, man. The thing is,
yeah, he averages about 20 and 10 a game.
yeah,
Tall, lanky guy, wonderful pick and roll work. This, that, and third.
yeah.
And they packaged Boban, Trey Burke, Marcus Chris, like three players and like like their draft pick,
And the 20 and
26.
the pick that's coming up this Thursday, yeah.
So they traded three guys who didn't get no kind of playing time
No burn.
in the playoffs.
Right.
And
Houston
they
probably
didn't
not
give
even
up
gonna
picking
keep
up.
them dudes, man.
But look what you get. You get a
Exactly.
starter. You got you a
Yeah.
starter.
And a lot of people look at that deal and be like, that wasn't a great deal, but they don't know. That's because no one saw what Houston did after Harden and Westbrook left. I mean, Houston gets no pub and no play, but that's a good young player. Christian Wood, that's a great player. I mean, going to be great. I think he has the potential to be one of the best, one of the better players in this league.
He definitely have a career down here.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can see him liking that better than being in Houston. So, I'm interested to see though. Shout out to Nico, man. I'm interested to see because Nico said he's not done. He's not done pursuing trades and stuff like that. So,
And I
this
think
being
Mark
his
Cuban's
first
letting
off
him.
season.
Yeah, I think Mark Cuban's letting him do his thing and sitting back and things are gonna go good for the Mavericks this offseason, man.
Look what the Dinwiddie trade did.
Yeah, there's gonna be one team in Dallas I root for. It look like.
Man, I root for the Stars. I ain't a big
man.
hockey dude, but I root for.
I ain't a hockey dude either, but shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Texas Rangers.
Oh, okay. I don't hate the Rangers. I could, old crazy Ron Washington back in the day when he was the manager. I give it up to the Rangers too.
That was my man. I ain't the biggest Cowboys fan, but I pay attention to what the hell they do.
The Cowboys be in the news for no reason, man. I'd be stuck waiting to hear and talk about them, and everything I don't need to do.
You get sick of it sometimes.
Yeah.
You get sick of it sometimes. I know. They just and for the life of me, I don't understand how a team that has so much talent can just suck.
Well, the talent is scarce. It's like they loaded in one position and have a deficit in a different position, and it shows when they play. Mike McCarthy lost several games just by his decision making and coaching strategies last two seasons. The defense is way better. The kid they got out of Ole Miss is going to end up being another damn good end to where if you needed to move Lawrence inside and passing situations, I can't remember. He got him in the second round from Ole Miss. Is it Williams? I got to look it up. But he had a hell of a mini camp and they've been doing great in OTAs. So I think that Dallas got a little bit of a sleeper in the second round with him, and he can get after the pass.
Still ain't got another receiver. So
I think CD is that dude.
Okay, but who else?
The young they got a young dude they had on practice squad last year from Texas Tech that's supposed to be emerging this year, and then your boy Gallup gonna be back later. Hey man,
I don't trust that.
Hey,
I don't understand. You don't let Cooper go, but I mean they had to do it for money reasons. But shit, I would have got something.
But they got
back.
nothing for him.
I would have got something back, dude. So I don't know, man.
Gonna be interesting to see, man.
Because they locking CD up. And then Dak is gonna have to rely on somebody. So if Dak has a lot of interceptions and stuff like that, it is what it is.
I gotta see what their training camp looks like before I get too worried or too concerned. I need to see what they look like in camp with pads on. The fools already got in trouble by the league for having contact and OTAs when they weren't supposed to.
I heard
that's the kind of shit that Mike McCarthy can't do. But
that didn't happen. That didn't happen with y'all when y'all had OTAs.
Nah, man, Coach Dungy didn't play, dog. Not with that shit. Like when we could put them on, Oh, we worked the ass off with him on, but he wasn't gonna get nothing earlier, man. He just wasn't gonna do that. He
I
wasn't going to.
remember, I remember in high school when we had like stuff like that. It was just helmets and they just be like, put on your helmets and practice gear. We just out there with the helmets on.
Yeah.
Just working and stuff
You
like
not
that.
supposed to make no contact in high school with the
Yeah,
helmets on for like 4 days, 3 days. That'll
yeah.
be the first 3 days and just helmets. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm, so, mm,
Man, we getting close to the end. Should we talk about Grunk or we want to get on to this? Would you rather and one gotta go?
we got enough time, man. We got about 10 minutes, 9 minutes,
Yeah.
man. Real quick on Grunk.
Just
Uh,
me personally, I'm just gonna say big shout out, man, to Rob Gronkowski. A hell of a career, dude. 11 years in the NFL.
Hope it's his last. I hope he's not
three
coming back.
three championships. Was it 4 championships? No,
Oh
three
no.
championships. He played in 4, but I think he won 3.
How many he got in Tampa? I mean, in
One.
New England.
He got 1 in Tampa and 2 in New England.
Okay.
Dude, 7,000 catches. I mean, yeah, over 7,000 catches and 80 touchdowns. No,
Is he
80 career touchdowns, 7,780 receiving yards, man.
is he the GOAT tight end? That's the main question.
Hey, man, I'm out right now. I thought about it a little bit after I saw he was retiring. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to go ahead and put him above Tony Gonzalez and Shannon Sharp, man.
And Tony never won one. Tony was great.
Tony was a beast, dog.
Tony was great. Yeah.
you
I feel you. You don't want to, but I mean,
you
shit,
still there, you
the
think about it,
rings, man.
you say the names, you just like,
The
ugh.
rings, man. He's better than Gonzalez. He's better than Antonio Gates. He's,
Yeah, I was just about to say Gates. Think
you
about
know,
Gates. Yeah.
I mean, shit. He won ships.
Yeah.
He won ships. So I mean, that solidifies a lot of shit. When you help your squad win the chips, man,
Yeah.
it's just But again, motherfucker had Tom Brady in the back.
Had Tom Brady, but dog, he was a beast though, man.
He
To
still
be
was.
that to be
He
that
still
big,
was.
to run the way he ran and get in the red, man, you can't cover him. You can't put a linebacker on him because he's faster than a linebacker. You can't put a DB on him. The DB's too little. Although they can run with him, he just bodied him. It's just crazy, dog.
Man, back when they had what's that boy Aaron Hernandez?
Hernandez too.
Back when they had that 1-2 punch,
I
that
mean,
tight end.
imagine if Hernandez never got in trouble, dog, and went crazy.
Yeah,
That shit would have been
that's
together
nasty.
for a while, bro.
That was nasty. That was nasty. That was nasty.
Wow,
Two at the tight ends. That
man.
was a nasty combo. But shout out to Gronk because Gronk has shown his. Even though he's gotten hurt, he's shown a lot of durability.
Yep. Yeah,
A lot of
I'm right there with
durability. Because the dude has took massive hits, massive hits. As a tight end. You maybe can call a career was just shortened up, but I mean, hell, if I did 11 seasons
you.
and I
Yeah.
got me 3 ships and all them accolades, shit, I'm chilling, bro.
And I don't think
I don't blame you.
I don't think he's gonna do the Tom Brady. I don't think he's gonna retire and change his mind. And this is a great situation that Tampa making a run and Tom calling. But I think he really thought about it and just like, you know what? I'm done. Dude, think about it. He got hit last year against the Rams in the regular season, was gone for 6 weeks. Come to find out, he ended up having a lacerated lung from the ribs getting broken, cutting his lung open. And, he came back, but he still wasn't the same old Grunk. And,
Yeah, bro.
as a former player, dog, when your body starts talking to you, you got to listen to
Better
it.
still listen. You
got to
gotta
listen.
listen.
When
Damn
our body
right.
when our body starts talking to you. So,
Damn right.
man, I hate that he leaving, but I'm thankful that he came in for them 2 years and helped the Buccaneers out a lot, dog, because it was some good stuff.
Salute to Gronk. Salute to Gronk.
Salute to Grunk, man.
So let's get it, man. What we got? You say we got a one gotta go?
Yeah, I got to go for you, man.
What is it?
So, we coming up on barbecue season. So I came up with one meat that gotta go.
Mm.
So ribs, brisket, pulled pork, a
Mm.
chicken. One of these just gotta go. You can't
Ribs, brisket, pulled pork, a chicken.
have a chicken.
Oh, I'm parsing on all four of those. Probably pulled pork.
Okay.
Probably pulled pork.
Okay.
It's because it's probably the one I've had maybe the least out of all of those.
I feel you. I feel you. And
Brisket is good. Come on, ribs. Nigga, come on.
ribs. Hey, ribs. Hey, ribs and chicken are a must.
A must. It's a
Are a
must on
must.
the grill, bro. It's
Ribs
a
and
must
chicken
on the
are a
grill.
must.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I love brisket. And I got a big shout out to the state of Texas for that because I wasn't a brisket guy until I moved to Texas in 2003. And I was like, what the? I went to a barbecue. They said, oh, man, Patrick bringing his brisket. I said, what the hell, brisket? Oh, you never had brisket? You're going to love it. Man, he sliced that brisket. It was like some butter. I put that there on a hamburger bun. I said, I went to my wife. I said, hey, we making a brisket next weekend. I said, I'm about to learn how to do this. And I fell in love with brisket ever since A. Reed.
I'm
So
telling you. I'm telling you.
I'm a fan of pulled pork. I love it. I learned how to make it. It's good. That's another good ass sandwich right there, pulled pork
Oh
sandwich.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
if I got to get rid of one, it was tough between brisket and pulled pork to me. But because I fell in love, I make my briskets I think a little bit better than my pulled pork. I'm gonna say pulled pork for me too, man. Gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Do
All
you have
right.
a would you rather, man, or not?
Yeah, of course, man. I got
Okay.
two of them, man. Two of
Okay.
them for you.
What we got?
So here we go, man. Number one, would you rather your team lose the Super Bowl by interception in the end zone or by a missed field
Ooh, hey, you know what though? Honestly, I think I could get over the interception faster than I can the missed field goal. Because the missed field goal, you like, man, you a kicker, man. You got one job, dog. Like, damn, Reed, you be pulling them out, dog. You be pulling them out. I'd rather lose by the interception.
goal? I would say field goal.
Yeah,
I would say field goal. Because the interception is just like, oh my God.
yeah,
Oh.
but don't you
To
think the
me,
field goal gonna hurt
me,
more?
well, to me, the interception just means they just made a good play. And a good play can happen at any point in time.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That field goal, like you said, you get paid to kick the ball. I'm expecting you to kick that ball and make the goal, the field goal.
Right.
And if you miss that during that point in time, you suck.
Right.
Just plain suck. So I'd take probably the interception more.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
Personally.
What's the next one you got, dog?
My other one, would you rather make the butt fumble or injure yourself in a ridiculous manner celebrating a play?
Hold on. You said the butt fumble?
Would you rather butt fumble or injure yourself in a ridiculous manner celebrating a play? Like Martin Grammatica. Yeah, and then he hurts himself.
It was his brother Bill, I think, that tore the
One of
ACL
them.
celebrate.
One of them. I remember
Um,
that like
I'd
yesterday.
much rather the butt fumble because that's embarrassing. But at least I'm not hurt. If I celebrate and hurt something I gotta have surgery on, I'm really gonna get talked about. And I'm gonna be pissed off at myself that it's gonna cost me some money a little later on down the line, bro.
Yeah. I agree. I'd probably rather butt fumble my damn self. It's just one play. Even though that play may haunt me for the rest of my career.
Oh, definitely.
Mark Sanchez. But hey, is what it is.
Oh shit.
Is what it is.
Man, dog, fellas, man. Hey, for everybody that tuned in, man, we really appreciate it, man. Hey, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that bell so that way you get notified every time we on here doing this. We got the Chop Shop on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central Time. Big Game Sports Buzz, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Time. And make sure y'all check out my man A Reed and A Reed TV, the musicologist. And it's at A Reed TV, or is it Man Cave? What's the YouTube channel, Reed?
The YouTube channel is MCXP Radio.
Yeah,
MCXP Radio.
MCXP Radio, man. Make sure y'all check that out, man.
Yeah.
Reed is
New episodes coming soon.
getting on this thing, doing it. We got a lot going on, but we still try to put that good content out while we working on our everyday lives as well, man. But so for A Reed and the Buff Nerd who is not here, I get better, big dog. It's your boy,
For sure,
Big
bro.
Game James, and you've been in the Chop Shop.
Peace.